Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to what so far has been a glorious, if not weatherful Friday here. And I have been busy mowing and mulching, cleaning up that tomato patch, trying to, mulch in some of them peppers, and generally just make the yard look a little bit better. So yeah, this video is going to be a little bit late today because of that old expression, make hay while the sun shines. And, well, I have to wait for the batteries to charge in the lawnmower. It delays my making of hay. Anyway, while I'm waiting on some of that stuff, let's take a look at some of the things that I have already gotten done today. So here you can see some of the peppers that have gotten a little bit of the mulching loving today. I am just absolutely hooked on the whole lawn clippings around the plants thing. Something about the look that really appeals to me. As you can see, there are a few more to go, and I have a couple of chunks of sod here that we'll get onto in a minute. But look at the tomato grove. This is basically the pride and joy of today's effort. Looking at it like this, it kind of looks like a cemetery. How terribly morbid. Okay, anyway, hopefully the green of the tomatoes will stand out a little bit better once these clippings dry into the, straw brown that they will become in no time at all. But basically, most of these tomatoes look much better. This is the example of not meeting the rule. We got two bush beefsteaks in the middle of this. Neither one of them look very, very happy. Hopefully that will change, but we'll have to wait and see. A couple more random tomatoes along the way. We'll check all of this on Sunday, of course, but looks much better with them mulched up. And I think I'm going to put the Lemon Boy tomatoes kind of all along the front there and continue these rows, except I'm going to use some planters to do it. Now the problem with that is, of course, that I am out of planters, so I've got to make some. We've got some flower pots that came from the grocery store, and I've got an 18-inch drill bit. I think you can probably see where this is going. So apparently Shocks thinks it's important that we document the act of turning these things into planters, so I now pass the camera over to my lovely assistant. One moment. I'm curious to see how the ones in the middle of all this turn out. I think this bit has been through one too many houses. It's not that happy anymore. Oh well. Got some new planters though. So of course it sticks. Oh my god.
I hit record.
There we go, that one came off. That one's still stubborn. That one came off. Boy. That's cracked. That wasn't me. I didn't do that. Okay. And they're still a pain to separate. I really thought this would help. Whoop. Won't do that anymore. Well, looking at the debris, the holes worked out really well. Surprisingly, a lot of these buckets are still very well suctioned together. So we've got some twofers, and that's just fine. We have a ridiculous number of these buckets around. So I doubt I'll be able to fill all of these today anyway. I want to get back to doing that, really. Still got peppers to cover up, Alright, so sorry for the sweaty face in this part of the update, but it's become a race. I've just finished off the most recent battery. I'm going to head in for a cup of water. I'm still waiting on the next one to charge. So, interesting. I've never actually been able to mow the entire lawn here in a single day, but so far the sun is still shining bright. So, perhaps I might. One thing kind of giggle worthy, there's starting to be some peas coming up amongst all that corn. I think I counted 7 of them that had sprouted so far. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I think I'm going to do some light weeding in here and then probably start mulching in between the rows there too. I'm addicted to mulching. I can't help myself. Gotta do something with the lawn clippings. And then it doesn't look like this, right? Granted, they are nice, healthy looking weeds. That is some good growth. Healthy garden right there. Well, garden potential. One thing interesting too, I noticed earlier, see if we can get it on the camera. I've got a couple of yellow beans that have started to sprout for me way over there. So that's cool. Shocks has got some beans up front that are going. These guys are a little late to get started, but I'm sure they've got plenty of time. Hopefully we'll see some of those burgundies come up soon too. Looks like the eggplant over there is adapting quite well. Might end up mulching it too, we'll just see. Mulch the walkway between the beans so I know what matters and what don't. Oh yeah, good thing I got all this yard to get all these clippings I need. Those tomatoes I think do look a lot better with the mulch around them though. I feel better, less likely to run them over with the lawnmower. They were kind of in danger, I'll be honest. Yeah, blocked them from the wind a little bit too. More worried about that with the peppers though. Still got to fill in those 2 spots with a couple of chunks of sod. The crimson red is officially dead, as is the shishito from the head of this row. It is gone. I might as well pull its paint stake. But everything else is still slugging along and with us. Apparently I only did half of that pepper. Fascinating. But it will benefit from a little bit of wind blockage, this pepper grove will. Because they're all still fairly short. So these mounded heaps of mulch should block most of them from, well, some of the nasty nighttime winds we still get. It's been a couple of thrilling but chilling storms lately. So looking at what I've still got to mow here, there's a little bit in there. Looks like we might actually be setting up some sort of exercise equipment strip there, so that'll be interesting. Need to mow there. Already gotten this stuff in front of the red currants, but the goji area and tomato staging point, and then all Laz's stuff. You know, 1, maybe 2 more batteries. I might get this finished today, which would be great, because then I can finally get around to those tomatoes. Well, you know the old expression, I fought the lawn and the lawn won. I think that's what's happened here today, but honestly, I have never cut this much of it in a single day, so I feel pretty good about what I've accomplished here. The peppers look better, the tomatoes look better. Like I say, I feel better about winds, so that's all pretty good, you know? And I'm still not completely against the idea of planting out some of these tomatoes. Sooner or later, it's gotta happen. These poor things, I mean, there are so many of them in single cups. That's not nice. Okay then, well, having accepted defeat by the lawn, I'm not entirely disheartened, and I intend to press on. We are going to get some of those into some soil today. I'm looking at some of these buckets though, and it looks like maybe they could use a good rain to rinse them out, perhaps some cleaning products in a few of these. So I'll pick and choose, but time to drag a few of these over to where I've, well, been inappropriately using the ice auger again, but you'll see that in a minute. These 3 look safe. Well, I now know this is not what it was designed for. This ice auger is rapidly working its way up my list of weird but absolutely necessary yard tools. Look how well that busts up the soil. Like, that's fantastic. That'll shovel out so nice and easy. Fill up the planters. I brought a basil with me here, but yeah, and we'll have some happier tomatoes. So how cute is this? Out working in the yard earlier, mowing away, Shocks wanders up and offers me this, as in, here's a round to it, now get. Well, at least I've finally gotten around to it. Halfway there. Alright, a dig and I shall go. Alright, and just like that, one happy basil. I gotta say, it is so nice using the soil that I have broken up with that auger. It's fantastic. And it looks like I found another potential large rock for Shocks' fairy garden, so that'll score me some brownie points. And we'll just drop that over here with Troll's garden, which, as you can see, is doing fairly well. I let the Manitoba tomato get a little dry today, and it's showing me displeasure. But, look at the top of that puppy. Oh yeah, and that red pear down there is pretty happy too. But I've got, lemon boys or something I need to be working on. These ones are all fairly safe for the time being. You know what? Before I get to those poor tomatoes, I'm going to get to this mouse melon, which has suffered at least as much as they have. Kind of want to get it into here. It'll certainly look better than all these styrofoam cups of plants that didn't make it. Wow, looking at all those styrofoam cups, I didn't realize I had lost that many plants along the way. But I guess they do add up. Alright, so just toss that into the mix here, break it up nice, mix it into some of this. And there she goes, and you will see the finished project next. Well, mouse melons, like most cucumbers, are not terribly fond of the process of being transplanted. So I'll probably go put this back into a semi-shady area for a while. But I'm hoping that'll come back and start to climb. The last one I had in a very similar container did very, very well. It was wonderfully productive. We were picking them off every day, so here's to hope. Alright, well, it's getting a little mosquito-y out. I have 6 plantings of Lemon Boy tomatoes, all in these old flower pots turned planters. They should, in theory, be happier there. Now, to move them up in there somewhere. And the tomato grove subtly moves forward just a little bit more. Alright, well, I have dug a delightful little pit here, and thanks to the mosquitoes I am done for the day. But at least we finally got out some of those lemon boys, and the mouse melon's finally out. Yeah, it's a good day. Alright everybody, well, I see a beautiful woman offering me drinks, and that usually indicates the end of videoable material. So thank you for joining me if you're still around at this point, and I will see you tomorrow.